Hello and good evening. This is in continuation to my video about mindfulness. In my last video of mindfulness, I did talk about the overall background about mindfulness, and you can find a lot of stuff online also on this. Today, I'm going to talk about various techniques that can be used to learn or to practice mindfulness. I have trained some organizations in mindfulness and their employees. And we have some very good results that we found out and good feedback from them. One of the very interesting concept of mindfulness comes from looking at the paintings. Now, this is very interesting because if even you are not a very avid fan of paintings and art, it's a good exercise to find some good, even if you can find them on the computer, online. Just find a good picture, open it on your laptop, or open a book where you find some very good picture, and try to focus and try to understand that painting. The more complex, or the more scenic, or the more rich the painting is, the better will be the exercise of mindfulness. For example, if you just have a picture of a car or a picture of a house or a picture, then maybe you can practice it and it still be effective. But if you have a painting which has been drawn by a painter, then remember that every painting will bring a different meaning to the viewer. So once you look at a painting, you will see that the experience of focusing on the details of the painting are going to give your brain that rest period that it has been longing for. Our brains are really looking for opportunities where they can relax because they were designed for not this much of overwork that they do. In my previous video, I explained that how our brains are overworked. So they look for an opportunity to relax. One of the examples is that if you are traveling somewhere and you find a scenic view, you want to stop and view it. Just focus here that you don't enjoy the scene, so to say, because of the landscape only. You enjoy the scene and your brain enjoys the scene because it has got a rare opportunity to put its focus in one moment. It has just settled down, rested. It has it has calmed down and brought itself to one moment. It's not busy in anything else. It is focusing. It's trying to absorb and observe. So with this idea, the idea of mindfulness through art has really evolved in recent times. That once you look at a picture or something artistic, or even if you are watching birds, even if you are watching a tree, even if you are watching anything which is related to nature, so much so that in the past, when people used to say that, okay, let's look at one flame of a candle, what were they trying to do? They were actually trying to bring their brain to that thing which it is trying to long for a very long time, and that is focus and attention in the here and now. We call it here and now, in the present. So next time, if you want to focus mindfulness through art or through watching, then try to put your focus on any object and you will find it very, very useful. Interestingly, we use this technique in those safety critical industries where, like, there are drivers, there are pilots, there are other people working on oil and gas, and we would like to tell them that before they go into a critical phase, for example, if there's a lot of fog and a train driver really wants to concentrate, if there is a lot and is not yet entered into that environment, if there is a lot of weather and the pilots they really want to enter or circumnavigate the weather and they know it's going to be tough, or any other surgeon who is going to operate a very critical operation. So all of them do practice, and we train them to practice some type of mindfulness. Either it comes through focusing on an object for a few seconds to give your brain that muscle that it will use now, which will help the brain to avoid mind wandering and distraction for those next few very critical moments. Or in a more in those industries where the time is more, the mindfulness happens through breathing, and the breathing mindfulness probably we'll talk about it in our next talk. But this one, that mindfulness through art, is something that is worth practicing. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.